Does it seem like it's getting harder to bounce back after Texas disasters? I'm Charles Blaine, and this is Texas Tomorrow.
Are you worried about your kids' future? You should be. You're listening to Texas Tomorrow with Charles Blaine. Join Charles as he talks about the people and issues that are affecting you and your family at the local level of government.
Wildfires, hurricanes, floods and windstorms, derechos, heat waves, freezes, tornadoes, droughts, recently earthquakes. It seems like the state is in a constant state of issuing disaster declarations. And on the local level, we're always talking about resiliency and how we'll bounce back because we're stronger than ever. But are we really? Despite the lip service paid to resiliency across the state and especially by local officials, it seems that local governments constantly struggle with their ability to handle natural disasters and mitigate the effects on them. We go weeks with power outages, days with boil water notices, street flooding is commonplace, and we've yet to truly learn how to handle it. And it's making it harder and harder to live here. In May, more than 500,000 North Texans are without power from a windstorm, and last year, a University of Houston hobby poll found that 57% of Houstonians have thought about moving in recent years because of the storms. And why wouldn't they? Living here and in many other places across the state is tough because our local and sometimes state government seem incapable of handling these issues with the efficiency or the expediency that we expect and that we demand. So not only are we dealing with the issues directly related to the natural disasters, but we deal with the costs associated with them as well. The cost of resiliency is often passed down to taxpayers from governments or ratepayers from electricity providers, and insurance policyholders will often pass down increased insurance costs for flood and windstorm insurance. In fact, the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association recently discussed Hurricane Beryl, and they said that they had 16,000 windstorm insurance claims, and they expected that to go up to 20,000. And they also said they expected to pay out at least $200 million in insurance claims, nearly half of their catastrophic fund, and we're not even near the end of hurricane season. Because of this, they said they would be asking the legislature for approval to increase commercial and residential windstorm insurance rates by 10% next year. So they're passing those costs directly on to you. The same way your electricity distributors do when they make improvements to harden their systems, and local governments do when they propose tax increases or bonds to harden your city or town from the next storm. But why is the short-sightedness of others always paid for on the back of taxpayers? That's the question we all need to be asking, because these organizations and entities should be preparing for the next storm during the time of calm. And it should be prioritized the same way we look at public safety. There's little we can do when it comes to holding providers' lack of a preparedness to a standard, but there's plenty that we can do to hold our local governments accountable when they fail to plan, and when they allow us to go powerless because of years of neglect and deferred maintenance. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and let us know what's going on in your neighborhood because we'd love to discuss it.
So I hope you took something away from this. And if you did, make sure you tell a friend, a family member, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you see fit. And make sure you tune in for next week's episode of Texas Tomorrow.